most of the time, yeah, it depends on my mood. Sometimes I travel with games. Sometimes I travel with books. It just really depends. But yeah, I love me some good old video games. I watch people play games probably more than I actually play myself these days. I enjoy a lot watching. Sometimes Mia Yim will bring her PlayStation over here, and I bought a random 86-inch TV, so to come play on it. And I love watching her play Ghost of Tsushima on there because it's such a good game.
No,
So that's a game I'm probably going to be playing, and also the Final Fantasy VII remake as well once I get done with the home gym. Actually, dude, it's so awesome that now, the game has its reputation and all that stuff, but for me personally, I've actually kept that game in its plastic, and I will probably just hold it as like, wow, this is the first video game that I've made an appearance in. So yeah, that was super special, and I hope that there are other opportunities to engage myself in video games as well. I think that pretty much not any, but a lot of professional wrestlers that I am associates with or people that I would consider friends, we talk a lot, man, and honestly, still legendary, WWF No Mercy. And the old WCW versus NWO Revenge, like those two games, just legendary. Yeah, it's tough to say. I feel like that was one that really impacted me. But Smackdown, Just Bring It, and Smackdown, Here Comes the Pain. Like those are some good times, man. Like it's hard to kind of put either one on a shelf by itself, but I think I would easily hold all four of those games in high regard. I wonder. It seems like they would want to keep all rosters on one game, especially with I don't really know what the gaming situation is going to be like going forward, to be honest. So I don't know if we have a big enough roster to have just an NXT roster, you know what I mean, for a game.
Yeah.
But it would be really cool if they did that because more people from NXT could make it into a game. But also, as a caveat to that, there would also be more people from Raw and SmackDown. They could make it into the other game. So it's like, it would be a win if they could produce both, but it would really depend on the content and whether or not it would be something that entices people to buy. Because at the end of the day, producing two different games, you got to have some strong sales to make that justifiably a good business option. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I feel like, having like realism is good, but I feel like that belongs more so in like the games that are realistic games, such as Red Dead Redemption 2 or Ghost of Tsushima or The Last of Us or something like that, as opposed to a video game that's about a world where a bunch of men and women who are abnormal human beings beat each other up. And I think that having some of those arcade feels, like working toward a special and having big effects for it and things like that kind of assists in the feel of the game. But it's hard to battle some of the realism. There's some of those glitches, man, are a little outrageous. All right. So, having a nice mixture, I think, would be something that gravitates people toward the game for sure. I think that could be potential with something like that, but it really depends because I think that a lot of people kind of get excited for like the character creation that's available in the other games, and if their favorite wrestler isn't in the game, going to create them, or just seeing how realistic some of the people look in the game is something that kind of attracts them because people are way into graphics these days. But I think that they should not forego gameplay over the graphics. So, yeah, I think there's a market for that because even if you look at people that love playing 2K in the form of like Madden or NBA 2K, in how realistic those games are. But if you look back in the day, man, some of the biggest cult classics were like NBA Street or the NFL Street games that were just like these over the top situations, flaming dunks and just ridiculous tackles. Because sometimes, man, that stuff is real fun, and there were a lot of people that really enjoyed them. So I think that there's potential in that format for the Battlegrounds game, but I would need to see more of it to really know what the game is about. It's just kind of been like, well, here's some of the legends that are in the game, but I don't really know what's happening with the game. You know what I mean? Well, I haven't really been in many like stipulation matches, but if there was going to be one, I feel like it would have to be War Games, right?
Yeah, definitely.
that was a wild match, man. Brutal, just brutal.
I don't know how that's not in already. They've got a pay-per-view named after it now, so
Yeah, it'd be cool to see that in there. I don't know, just watch people because the rules were so complex to me originally when it started. I just didn't know how it worked because I'd never been in one. But watching it play out, it's like it's a test of metal, man. So seeing how people would react to people getting let out Royal Rumble style from both sides, and then the match doesn't start until everybody's in the ring. It's a lot going on. It's a really cool kind of prospect for a match. I think in the form of realism, starting off at the Indies is great because it kind of gives you an idea of what some of us have done to get to where we are, or some of us who grinded for so many years even before getting to WWE or getting an opportunity or a chance or whatever it may be. There's a cool realism to that, but there's also like I think that there should be like maybe two career modes. One that is kind of like a build of your personal character, and one that is either your character is built from the other one, and now you can have this other career mode, or something you can just do with if you have another superstar that's your favorite on Raw or SmackDown, and now you have this other career mode, then you can take them wherever you want them to go. It's kind of, but I think that's a lot of programming to do for a game, so it's probably a little unrealistic. I'm gonna go with. I think I would draft Asuka first.
Yeah.
And then I would follow that with probably. I want to see a cut loose Cesaro, so I would draft him.
Yeah.
And I would probably also draft Dominic Dijakovic just because, just as much as I want to match with Cesaro, I kind of want to see those two in a just knockdown drag out fight. It would be ridiculous.
Put them in this Raw Underground environment, have them fight it out there.
Wherever, in the underground, but in the ring, man, the things that those two guys can do, it would be just ridiculous.
It would be a showdown, definitely.